Hello, my name is Kamen Rider Demo, and this is my review of the sclush driver. As you can see, we have Cross Z and Grease on the front with the sclush jellies and the driver respectively. On the side you have Cross Z's arm guard and his version of the driver. On the back you have Japanese dialogue with QR code, do not eat your toys, basically, showing you that it works with the full bottle gimmick up here, the finisher, the henshin, up top how the sclush jellies work and what they work with. On the side we have Grease and his version of the driver, and at the bottom you have Cross Z, Grease and Cross Z's driver. Now let's get rid of the packaging and bring in the driver. As you can see, it's predominantly a light blue with a darker blue accent at the bottom, and in the middle with gold and silver on the wrench and on the clamps that crush the jelly, and you have a grey part that's basically the pipe bringing the jelly up to here, and then a red bottle thing here, which I'm not sure why it's there, but let's turn on the sounds and get into it. You can see a lot deeper voice than the than the build driver, and predominantly the light system is here rather than on the left hand side. No crank gimmick this time, just this comes down, crashes those two sides. Well, this driver, like the build driver, is not very useful without its gimmick, which is the jellies, which is a very useless concept. It is used twice from this point onwards. We only have Cross Z's and Greases, and they're not very durable. They're just pieces of foam with plastic covering it. Not even thick plastic, like Snicker bar, like foil plastic. You have the spin gimmick up here still, which this just isn't that satisfying compared to full bottles. You have the QR code there if anyone wants to scan. Focus, come on, focus. There we go. You have useless dialogue back here, which is just lines, sideways Pac-Man. If it wants to focus, there we go. Yeah, but these don't really do anything without this driver, and let's get into the henshin. Henshin! And from this point on we are Cross Z Charge, which is a horrible form compared to his original form, which was Cross Z. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the jelly system really. Let's move on to the finisher. As you heard, the scrap break. All you can really do with these is one finisher and one attack. Let's bring in Grease's jelly now, which is the robot jelly. As you can see at the front, the spin gimmick, the QR code if anyone wants that. The back dialogue again, like with Cross Z and sideways Pac-Man. Yep, like with the first one, let's get into the henshin. Henshin. And from this point onwards, we are now grease. And let's get into the finisher. Yep, that's all you can really do with this driver without one more gimmick, which will have its own separate video. From this point onwards, there is nothing else that goes into the driver apart from the Crocodile Crack full bottle. There have been rumours about an upgrade form for grease, but no pictures or images. Cross Z has moved away from the sclush driver and gone back to the build driver with the magma knuckle, which I will be ordering soon. Yeah, this is just really one of those drivers they bring out mid-year. They use it a little bit and a couple of riders get to use it, and that's about it. Sort of like the Buggle driver 1 and 2, but the Buggle driver 1 and 2 were a lot more useful. You could use them as weapons and such, but a driver like this really isn't useful without being able to use anything other than the jellies now. But you can use full bottles for finishers, which we'll be getting into now. First we will start off with inorganic bottles, and they will all say the same thing. Okay, let's get into organic now. You might be wondering, did it light up blue because it distinguishes them? No, it lights up blue because all inorganic are blue, as in tank, and all organic are red, as in rabbit. Let's use organic bottle. Now, they will all do the same thing. You'll have dischargy bottle for organic and chargy bottle for inorganic. Yeah, the only full bottles that really work in this are the Crocodile Crack full bottle and the Robot and Dragon full bottle will just say Robot Jelly and Dragon Jelly. No other full bottles really work in this apart from the Crocodile Crack full bottle. There are ways around the Sclush jellies. There's I think it's capsule toys of the Dragon Jelly and Dragon Jelly, which are plastic, like the plastic bottles, but the two sides collapse inwards and just click in place and make it look like the jelly's being crushed, which I kind of wish they'd done with these instead of the way they've done it. But that's about it for today's review. I will see you in the next one with the Crocodile Crack full bottle.